90.3 FM. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. Welcome to the front page review. I have the headlines as I give to you every morning, starting with the Punch to the Vanguard to this day, to the Guardian newspaper, to the Nations, to the Sun, all of that. I give you the headlines and then we talk the big stories, the issues in the news. Rufa Husseini is our analyst on the program, is a regular, and Obed Awede also is our analyst. The phone lines will be open for you to call in when it is time and join the conversation. So let's start this morning. We'll begin with the Punch newspaper. Contributory pension. NLC retirees lament as 26 states fail to join scheme. The writer of that story says Lagos, 5 others in full compliance. Contributory pension scheme inevitable, says Pencom. Withholding pension immoral, says NLC. Retirement now death sentence. Retirees kick. Still in the Punch newspaper, Ondo Assembly asks Ayedatiwa to withdraw suits. Akpabio meets Tinubu, dismisses crisis in Senate. Discourage a forgery, grant my application. Atiku urges Supreme Court. Still in the Punch newspaper, Ogu raises concern over the rising blindness among factory workers. Tinubu won't gag the press, says Minister. Tinubu Jonathan Hill Gowan at 89. And now to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Insecurity, gunmen kill 15, kidnap 14 in Benue, Zamfara, Nasarawa, Lagos. And also here in the Vanguard newspaper, it says Naira hits new low, 1,060 as man kicks at policy reversal. That story is right here in the Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu will throw out ministers who failed to perform in 6 months, says Smart Adeyemi. And now to the Nation's newspaper. More Chinese funding for rail, power, other projects. Now, the writer said Xi Jinping pledges support at Pale with Shetima. Abuja Kano, PH Meduguri rail lines restored. That is in the Nation's newspaper. EFCC chair 2.9 trillion naira lost of contract procurement scam. Now the writer says anti-graft prevention better than enforcement. ICPC recovered 655 billion naira cash assets in 4 years. Tinubu directs phased take-off of varsities approved by last administration. And still in the Nation's newspaper, governors seek 15% of budget for education. And now to the Daily Trust newspaper, Shiites kick over bombing of Gaza hospital. And NCDC seals private guard companies in FCT for threatening national security. I'm not against a national mosque. Wike clears air on planned demolition. And still in the Daily Trust newspaper, Nigeria to co-host 5th edition of CMD Food Tour. Akpabio not behind my removal from Senate. Abo makes U-turn. And still in the Daily Trust newspaper, choir student who loaned male friend 500,000 naira commit suicide after disappointment. Quite sad. Now the thief knows who stole the item. Babachir Lawal insists Obi defeated Tinubu. Now to the Guardian newspaper, Akeredolu can govern Ondo from anywhere in Nigeria, says lawyer. Now the writer says governor's absence crippling governors, says former NDDC boss. Ohaneze calls for adoption of Ikpeazu's approach to end insecurity in the southeast. FCTA extends the deadline for mosque churches on revocation order. And now to the Sun newspaper this morning. Ex-SCGF Babachir Lawal accused Tinubu of turning APC into an Islamic party. And finally, let's take a look at this day newspaper. Now, the writer here says, despite 70% broadband projection, internet subscription number reporting slide across networks. We have this in the newspaper, and another headline here says FRSC issues 2 weeks ultimatum for remittance of FRSC's embark on compliance evaluation. I think that's it this morning. These are your headlines from all of these newspapers. Not all of the headlines, but most of them from 7 newspapers in Nigeria. Now we move to the big stories, the issues in the news, as I connect with Rufai Hussaini for the analysis. Now, if you're just joining, I'm glad you're listening to us, watching us from wherever you are in the world. And thank you. You could go to our website and explore the website. It's www.voiceofthepeople.ng. We're streaming there too. Audio, video, you get to see us there. And we have a mobile app that you can download from Google Play Store, whether you use an iPhone, an Android phone. Download it, take us everywhere you go. Hello, good morning to you, sir.
Bless you, Mary. Bless Lagos. Yeah. Bless all of you.
Yes, I received the blessings. Now, the story here this morning, quite a number. Let's start with the one in the Guardian newspaper. It's in all of the papers. It's about the new EFCC chairman. New EFCC chairman to tackle corruption and purge or blog leakages. Now, he was signed in yesterday. He was made the EFCC chairman. He was appointed. It was confirmed yesterday. And I watched the session and I heard what the Senate president talked about the EFCC and what they do, he gave a lot of examples, how they broke into a former governor's house from the rooftop, how they go about investigating people and all of that. He's not so proud of the former EFCC and asked about this new one, if Olu Kayode, if it's going to be different. And he spoke yesterday. I would like you to set an agenda for this new EFCC boss. You think it'll be different from others?
The agenda will be clear and simple. We hope it's not going to be used as a political tool. We hope it's going to be fair in his assessment, and they're going to do their empirical research first before it's going to people's homes and stop the embarrassing situation of EFCC wasting taxpayers' money and still losing case because they have not gotten their evidence right.
Mm-hmm.
EFCC. So sometimes people have politically motivated petitions. And EFCC too in the past is suspect as regards connivance with media and doing media trial on people, and in the end, when you take the case to court, you finally lose. So we don't want all of that. That should be the agenda, pure and simple. But yeah, they political officers, others that still have cases with EFCC. Yes, even Mr. Akpabio still has one. That's why when he used Mr. Akpabio, I say, okay, for instance, if I'm going to investigate any president, people were laughing because they know the antecedents of Mr. Akpabio. Why are we disciplining ourselves? Both politicians have cases with the EFCC anyway. So when you do that, it's just about doing right and ensuring that it doesn't get weak. But really, when people get in there, they're always all smiles and always all humble. They set good agendas. But once they get in there and they start to taste the joy of power, their mindset changes. and they get derailed. So, but all like I said before, I will say Yoruba adage for him, and I pray God helps him to do his job well. I'm talking about the BXC chairman. I said something. I said, what it means is that the cane they used to whip the former wife, the new wife should not get too excited because that cane. So you should be careful about fairness around his decisions. Pure and simple. Wish him the best.
Yeah, and Nigerians will want a clear distinction between the ICPC and the EFCC because in the past they seem to be going after the same cases, and we wonder why do we have EFCC and have ICPC? And that was one of the questions that was asked yesterday before he was confirmed as the EFCC boss.
Distinction: Independent Corrupt Practices Commission and Economic and Financial Crimes. Mostly financial crimes, independent corrupt. That's why you see that. Take, for instance, the ICPC made investigation on things like lawmakers saying they were going to, use government money to be able to buy things for people like they didn't. So ICPC make that EFCC is more financial crimes, corrupt crimes, and that's why you see that ICPC doesn't go after Yahoo, but EFCC does because it has to be very corrupt financial crimes and all of that. So it's just that most politicians who are found with that cash because they perpetrated lots of fraud and corrupt crimes, financial crimes. So that's just it. I think there's a clear enough distinction as regards it. So.
In the coming days, let's hope that EFCC will, most of their cases will be won by them, and we will see a difference between the ones we have before and the present ones. Now,
That's just it.
Yes, that's it. And another story here, we talk still about the Senate. Akpabio yesterday, was it Akpabio or Abo? Yeah, Abo, I think, had an interview, and then he made a U-turn that it's not Akpabio that is after him again. It's not Akpabio that is behind his removal. That Akpabio had to even swear to him that he was not the person. That for Akpabio to have done that, it means he's not the person. So he came out yesterday during an interview and said all of that. I wonder, why didn't he get his fact right before making such accusation?
So for me, I was shocked, and I was at sea at how low
Wow.
our journalism have become in Nigeria, that we're putting an Apple store in front of me. But I also remember the fact that yes, sensationalism sells. So maybe because of the sensational value Apple would bring, probably that was the decision why a lot of editors wanted that story. But I don't see any real substance. Elijah, but I don't really take him that seriously. And I was proven right. You know, when I kept on saying that, why are we even talking about Apple? You thought I was just being funny and dismissive, but have I not been proven right? Say intelligence sources give you what's it called, information that other senators will be thrown out by bad people. Maybe if you had even gone to watch the full press conference in Granted, you would know he was just talking at this. Because in that same press conference in Granted, Senator Abu took us through a chronological timescape of what really transpired. How even before the elections, the court had barred him from taking part in the election, and it was only 24 hours before the elections that the court finally said, okay, he can take part in the elections. And all the legal challenges he had gone through, even at the appeal stage, and what he had gone through. So, you know, the case had, you know, he faced a lot of challenges prior to this time. So there was no way he could. The leak was too tedious to have now couched it in such a way that Akpabio that just mentioned the president the other day, the one behind his debacle. So I knew he was just fluffing. And he went on television to take all the setbacks. So probably they threatened legal action or something, because, I mean, that was very sad. He had probably no evidence. So all of a sudden, your intelligence, he now said he got a new intelligence report.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's what I keep saying. I mean, why are they taking this seriously? Well, maybe, you know, he's had a salacious sexual scandal in the past, you know, where he beat somebody in a sex toy shop. So his name brings in some good sales, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All the lies that he was saying because the Muslim ticket, I'm like, I mean, politicians and their height of delusion. This was the same Abu that was arguing that. So the reason why they pushed him out because of his refusal to support a Muslim ticket. But when it was time to be able to elect an Akpabio, a Christian Senate president, he still went ahead to support Yari, a Muslim.
Yeah.
So in his own mind, it was just for the country to have a Muslim president and vice president, and also a Muslim Senate president. So look at how illogical the arguments are even getting in the first place. So that's what I'm saying. Why do you take Mr. Abu seriously? I mean, let's talk about Syria. Let's not talk about that.
And finally, on the Senate matters and Senate President, Akpabio met with the president yesterday, and they dismissed the crisis in the Senate, you know, in Ndume and Akpabio and all of that saga yesterday. Said they are good. They said the Senate, there's no crisis in the Senate. That's the latest news now.
Very believe that at your own peril. There's a lot of crisis going on in the Senate. When people show up to be able to just grandstand, doesn't mean nothing is going on. Forget all of that. There's a lot of crisis going on inside it, and they are discordant tunes. And I think more important issue to discuss is the scarcity that is quick returning, the emptiness on the streets now, huge getting back again because of this petrol conundrum. That's a more important story we should discuss. And I think we are not giving importance to that story. The fact that in some areas now people are buying petrol above the price. Most filling stations are shut. That's a more important story. And that's to speak volumes about us as a people. The president came out to make a promise that, oh, the price will not go up. Now that international prices have gone up, you claim you've removed subsidies, but you are still couching and saying your argument around the fact that, no, the price will remain stable, which we know is practically impossible, which we know is a return to payment of subsidy. The NAPC is still denying it, that they are not paying subsidies. And you can see the conundrum going on now. Nigerians are having scarcity and all of that. So it's back to the initial phase of what we used to suffer before because of lack of coherent leadership on issues. And this is what we kept on saying. And I have been vindicated. I have been vindicated that you don't make decisions haphazardly. You need to plan. You need to weigh it out. So those are important stories on the streets, Mary.
Yes,
People are back. The streets are empty these days again.
you're right. It's not just that it's not making headlines in our newspapers.
So that's why we should talk about it. And I as a reputable station like DOP, we can lead the charge because we cannot sit down and let only our conversations be based on how some editors somewhere in their room couch headlines across maybe over 10 or 15 major or 5 to 10 major news dailies in Nigeria. That's not media. We are media. So we are talking about it this morning, and it's very sad. We don't need to wait for them. It's evidence.
You know,
we can see it.
You know, somebody called me on the show and said, Mary, I'm tired of talking, but because it seems that they don't hear us. Because the suffering, people are suffering. I don't have any money in my pocket right now. Like they don't see us.
Please, you can't be tired of talking. And for all of you that think they don't hear you, why is the media regulators harassing us every time if you think they don't hear you? Don't deceive yourself. They hear you. And please, it's because of the talking you are talking that is still making them restrain themselves. If the fact that we're not talking, they will have gone amok long ago. So please keep speaking. Do not get tired of speaking. If you think they don't hear you, you are deceiving yourself. They will make it seem like they don't hear. It's a lie. They hear you. They fear you. That's why they don't want you to have a voice. That's why when you talk, they are jittery. They are quick to send letters and threaten. And you think they don't hear you? You think it doesn't affect them? The truth is an open wound, like Usman Danfodio says. Only conscience can heal it. And what you say every day pricks their conscience. Don't stop talking. All we just do is respect, one, the sensitivity of others. Two, do not make false claims. Three, back your things up with facts and do not say inciting words. Once you can do that and respect the rules, you have a voice. That's why you are the voice of the people. They hear you. So they will feel like they don't hear. It's a lie. They do. It's because you are talking. That's why things have not gone south.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rufai. And finally here, I think this story, it's in the Punch newspaper. It talks about the contributory pension, NLC retirees laments that as only 26 states failed to join this scheme. Now, the writer of the story said that Lagos, 5 others in full compliance. Contributory pension scheme inevitable, says Pencam. Withdrawing pension immoral, says NLC. A retirement now, death sentence. Retirees kick. Now, it's about retired people, retirees, and the hassle, the stress they have to go through to be able to access their pension.
Mary, it's so sad our pensioners are suffering, our retirees. It's like a curse. In other parts of the world, people celebrate retirement because they go on holidays, they have more than enough. But it's like a curse.
being a retiree. I want to hear that some states are not keen into that pension scheme. Then it's sad. And we can't keep allowing our retirees depending on the goodwill of one governor or the other. But there are penalty measures according to the pension laws of people that don't pay contributory pension scheme for retirees. They should be dealt with according to the laws, pure and simple.
Pure and simple.
They should be dealt with. We see we can't be dilly-dallying on the law. You know how many retirees have died waiting to be verified in loan verification exercise. Maybe one of these days we'll start a diary for retirees and we'll just say, okay, call this radio station and tell us your experience. You will cry. You will cry. And it's sad. And I think we need to reach out to them because I'm not sure our media system does a lot for older citizens. Yeah, we do a lot to be able to target the youth and all of that. But let's also do a lot for older citizens because they feel let down. Probably we can have a show for them. Yeah. Where older citizens just recount their experiences when they were in service over 30, 40 years ago and what they are facing now. And the older citizens talk. Just listen. You know, most of them just want to talk. Our elderly ones. And I know this because, I have a father that died at the age of 86. I'm well into his 80s. And they feel very lonely because we abandoned them. We feel they're now part of society and they still have a lot to contribute. They still have a lot. But, we are so quick to say, oh, they are old already. We shouldn't talk to them. But today I want to speak up for those old people. We love you. We want to hear you. And please, if you have an old person around, do not just neglect them. Go straight to them. Be their friend. Listen to them. You'll be amazed at the wealth of knowledge you'll get. You should probably have for them. Just let them talk. You'll be amazed. The insight you'll learn from them and how much excited about life they are, as you are, as we all are. We need to hear that and treat them that way.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Trufa. I appreciate you.
Much for you. Bless you.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bless you. Yeah.
You're listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's the front page review. We'll go for a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll look at this headline that says the thief knows who stole the item. Babachir, Lawal insists Peter will be defeated Tinubu. We'll talk about this and many more. Keep it here.
Attention broadcasters, independent producers, and content streamers. This is your chance to buy or sell quality content. At Africast 2023, the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, will be launching the very first ever Nigerian TV and film content hub. Join us from the 24th to the 26th of October at the Marriott Hotel Ikeja, Lagos, and be part of a game-changing experience. Content Hub is your destination for content acquisitions, aggregation, licensing, and distribution of both local and international programs across for broadcasters in Nigeria. For more inquiries, visit www.africast.com.ng. Content Hub, your easy and affordable access to quality and affordable content. Don't miss out. The Africast Content Hub, brought to you by the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, in collaboration with NIFS.
Enugu State Government is building a $40 billion economy, among which is the huge International Trade Center. It is the Oji River Industrial Park, the biggest in Africa, located in Ugwoba, few minutes drive to Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State. Oji River Industrial Park is financed by African Development Bank, International Finance Corporation, American Exim Bank, Bank of Industry, Infrastructure Development Bank, Central Bank, Taj Bank, Sukuk Funds, and Development Bank of Nigeria. It is time to invest. Don't wait. Oji River Industrial Park has over 150,000 shop spaces and business plaza with state-of-the-art security cameras, fire-resistant walls, hospitals, fast foods, recreational centers, steady power supply, residential spaces for workers and business owners. Indeed, it is time to invest. For more inquiries, visit ojiriveric.com.ng or call Anosike on 0813 180 1541. Jude 0903 194 9623. Adigbo 0704 713 0361. Eda Patrick 0816 817 0210. This project is in partnership with Zelox Group. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafte Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I have Obed on the line with me. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing today?
Well, very well.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Now, to the story here, we have quite a number, but let's take a look at this one first. It said Naira hits new low at 1,060 Naira as a man kicks at a policy reversal. Now, from the Vanguard, it's 160 Naira. I know yesterday online it was about 1,100 Naira.
Well, the thing is that we never thought we would get to 1,000 Naira, but perhaps a few years back. During Jonathan times, we were doing about 190 Naira to $1, and people said, no, 1,000 usually never happened. It has happened now. Over the past 1 month, it has been dancing around 1,000 Naira to $1. Now it's going to 1,100 to $1, which means that 1,000 is the new minimum. It's quite unfortunate. We all know why we have this crisis. And it's really interesting that this yo-yo, the Naira, 1,000 going up and down. It's not at the point where the government has made commitments to borrow more dollars. That is $1.5 from $1.5 billion from the World Bank and for other institutions, multilateral institutions, expecting that when this inflow comes, it will show up the value of the Naira. Also, interestingly, we are producing more oil now, 1.7 million barrels per day. So that means we are exporting more, we are getting more dollars. Of course, we know that they borrowed $3 billion and they are using part of the oil, all the income to pay that one. So we are really in a mess. We are at a state where even positive news in terms of dollar inflows doesn't even affect the value of the Naira. The reason is this, is very clear. We are importing more items than we should be importing. So we are putting a lot of pressure on the dollar. I was surprised that the CBN, a lot of people have hailed the decision, that the CBN removed those three items that initially banned from accessing a dollar,
yes,
and liberalize them so that they can all access a dollar. People were saying that, if it does that well, it will actually make the market liberal, and then you can actually gauge the rate as it comes. The matter is that if you put more items on the list to access dollar, it puts more pressure on the dollar. That's my position. And some of these items are items that are so frivolous in my view, so big at the rate that you can easily produce here. We should encourage the state of import the dependence, that is import substitution, not import the dependence. We should push people to depend on to buy those things that are here. Ban the ones that we can produce. There's no reason why we should bring 100 and something vehicles, how many of them from Japan and the rest. When we have we have not motors, we have other ones even Dangote motors in Kaduna. Once we don't have a national policy that already defines what we should import, we should be the most essential. We'll keep having this pressure. We'll keep having these problems of the pressure on the dollar. We can never earn enough dollar to feed our imports.
Thank you very much for that analysis. The last story here, it's about Babachir Lawal. I know he was in the news yesterday and continues to be in the news. This morning, the Sun newspaper says ex-CJF Babachir Lawal accuses Tinubu of turning APC into an Islamic party. And the Daily Trust reported that this is what their headline says, that the thief knows who stole the item. Babachir Lawal insists will be defeated to Tinubu.
Well, The reason I'm laughing is that the whole Babachir Lawal Tinubu APC thing is a tale of sour grapes. Babachir was a close confidant of Tinubu, of course, under the Buhari administration and so on. And then he was one of those who leaned on Buhari to make him SDF. And the rest of course, with the whole campaign, there are a lot of local issues of religious diversity, there are issues of ethnic diversity, there are also issues of, the contest for this power, even within the party. Now, he has accused Tinubu of making it an Islamic party. I read 2 days ago that Murik, the Muslim Rights Council here, was accusing Tinubu of appointing more different Christian Yorubas than Muslim Yorubas. I think my own goodness. What was he talking about playing ethnicity and religion? The truth of the matter is that the Tinubu presidency has come to stay until the Supreme Court overturns it, if it does. He has a Muslim vice president. That was a fact. What he nominated him and he became president, and that's the case. Whether Tinubu has actually emasculated Christians in the appointment of his key officers, I don't really think so. I think apart from, of course, the SDF is Christian, the chief of staff is Muslim. I don't really think that the Bashir's accusation really stands. I think it's going back to the divisions they had when they were looking for a running mate in the party. So the guy is right to say he saw star grapes. He didn't get what he was looking for. It's clear that Obi won the election. When the Babachir is not INEC. INEC said Tinubu won. The Federal Appeal Court said Tinubu won. Now it's for the Supreme Court to say who won. And I think some other things to go back and forth. Yesterday was also saying that despite all the things they are doing, Tinubu's men are still appealing for him to come back. So we will just find this whole thing, and down the line, perhaps in 36 months, you find him pass through all of this, and then the smiling with the president. Politicians, is their way.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Politicians, aren't we tired? Thank you so much, Ubeda.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Ubeda is the board editorial chair, Politics Now newspaper. The phone lines are open, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number, 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ben from Iba.
Yes, so you are blessed in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
And maybe I do not agree with Obed. All those items that we are on ban, it is very good. It doesn't put any pressure on dollars because people still exchange dollar and import them through neighboring countries, and the customers are making money. And they say, what you're supposed to buy 5,000 naira, you'll be buying 15,000 because of what those people go through, those small gold there. So it's better that we are eating foreign rights. We are saying we are in foreign trade. We have so many things, so many items. Granite oil. We are still using foreign granite oil. So we should not be deceiving ourselves. There is nothing like it's good that federal government on lift down on all those items concerning fuel. The only thing that can help us in the area of fuel, or the companies that are repairing refineries, federal government should sign contract with them. Let them manage it. When they refine the fuel, because we cannot do any business. Our government cannot do any business. And this is where corruption is. It is corruption we are suffering. Corruption is too much. Let them sign contract with this company. This is where the sign contract will share to produce crude and take their own percentage. Let them take their percentage. Refine fuel for us. Manage before refineries we have. Let them be functioning. Nigeria will be good. We will have gas. We will have diesel. We will produce fuel. All these things will reduce pressure on dollars. What the military is telling us is different from what is actually happening.
Thank you.
Not consuming 60 million liters of crude on daily basis. So people should fight corruption. The EFCC chairman should go to NNPC and fight corruption. There. Let us see you.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. Thank you, Mr. Ben.
Corruption. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you very much for calling. 0700 903 903 903. You could send in a WhatsApp message to 0700 903 903.9. You're listening to the front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Mary.
Nemeka from Ejigbo. Good morning to you, sir.
Blessed morning, my dear. Good morning. Please, I want to add something to what you five say. Maybe they hear us. You know why I say they hear us? Make you insult somebody now for that you are sick now. The next 1 hour they will come after you people. Then they hear us. Only say they have go and summon their spirit and their soul in a.
Please call me back. The line just went off. It dropped. 0700 903 903 903. I'll take this call, then I'll go to WhatsApp. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ikan from Isolo Kingdom. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning once again.
Yes, sir.
My take this morning is about the Babachir Lawal issue.
Yes.
Now, sometime when Babachir wrote a letter to the president, they will say, look at the letter, don't mind the messenger. Some will say, mind the messenger, don't look at the letter. Now, what I'm saying is that apart from that, it has been so long before he speak up. If there is evidence of truth on what he is saying, it will come up with the evidence. That will even help Nigerians the more, so that we know that what INEC chairman was doing was to rob Nigeria, to rob poor to pay Peter, which is very, very wrong. You see, in this country, it's as much as we want things to go the way it should go, the right way, the truth must be told at all times. Like you said, I believe they are listening to us. Even they are not acting now, they are not doing something now, but they are listening. I always said this thing. Buhari was one of the luckiest presidents Nigeria had. This administration might not be all that lucky. So they should be very, very careful. Nigerians are not happy. Things are so hard. Every day things is increasing. And you keep on telling Nigerians to be patient. Patient, are you about to buy about 130 million naira car for a House of Rep member?
Thank you.
And you want us to be.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
maybe
you
let me finish. Because you give other people time.
No, your time is up. Your time is up. I'm looking at the time here. You've even exceeded. 10 more seconds have been added. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm looking at it here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for calling. We have another caller here. Hello, good morning to you.
Meticulous Mary.
Mr. Darlington from
How are you?
Yanokpaja City. I'm fine. I'm doing well.
It's okay. Anybody challenging Babachir Lawal is wasting his time. Public opinion is out there. What he said is perfectly in order. Let us leave the messenger and look at the message. In the first place, Mary, there are conditions to contest that election. Did the Tinubu meet those conditions? Did the Tinubu qualify to contest that election? That is the question. So if you did not qualify, then what victory are you celebrating? You cannot put nothing on something. From what we are seeing today, from
INEC, he qualified. If he didn't qualify, INEC would have stopped him.
Hold on.
I'm with you.
That was then. That was then. Now there are new revelations. There are new revelations that the world have come to know that the Tinubu did not qualify to contest that election.
Wow.
That is what we are talking about now. So on what basis did he now win? Mary, after what Buhari did to Nigerians in 8 years, are you telling me that Nigerians don't know what they want, that they should vote another APC into office? Tell me that Nigerians should open their eyes and voted another APC, not to talk of Tinubu, into office.
Thank you.
Is it possible?
Thank you very much.
You and I know the story. It is not possible. Nigerians never voted for them. Tinubu did not qualify to contest that election, so he did not win.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He did not win.
Thank you very much, Darlington. Your time is up. No, INEC is the one that's supposed to tell us if he qualifies or not. Is the body, according to constitution, that is in charge of elections. And before you contest for election, you have to put out your credentials out there. And INEC told us he was qualified. He did not disqualify the president. He contested the election. He won according to INEC. And the matter went to the court. I know you're aware. And the court gave their verdict. Tribunal gave their verdict. And now they moved to the Supreme Court. So we'll wait for the Supreme Court to decide. But I know because of how you feel, you will talk about it. But the court does not decide on emotions. You have to give the court facts. And from what we got at the tribunal, from what was given to them and what they decided, the president is our president now. Until maybe Supreme Court says otherwise. But for now, he is qualified. He is qualified and he is our president. We need to get that fact very right. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Okay, what's your name and location? Hello? Okay, please call me back. I know I can't hear a word. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Let me go to WhatsApp. Yes, lots of messages here. Leo from Lagos says, good morning, Mary. Fight against corruption will start from the National Assembly members, newly EFCC chairman said, and let EFCC chairman start fight against corruption from the president, national chairman of APC, and the presidency. I know he does not have the capacity to fight real corruption or real corrupt politicians. Okay, Leo from Lagos, thank you for your message. Okay, Benjamin from Shogule said, good morning, Mary. To me, the masses are left to their faith. Those elected to help the masses are on their own. The National Assemblies, the NLC and TUC, the politicians, from the president to the councillor and all on their own, fighting for their own pocket. The masses are hungry, facing with insecurity, while politicians are talking of buying expensive cars for themselves. Where do we go from here? Benjamin, thank you for your message. Chika Bende from Trade Fair says, Senator Elisha Abo backtrack from his allegation against Senator Akpabio cannot be taken serious after seeing such before from Senator Bakachua. Then Senator Akpabio, observation from the government attacking dog code named EFCC over arresting and intimidation before investigation is a good one. But I disagree that the anti-graft agency queried him without them finding him culpable. Okay, Chikabende, thank you for that. Adegboyega Adedeji says, good morning, Mary. Akpabio not behind my removal. Mary, I said it some times ago that it will be unwise for anyone to take sides whenever there is a rift between two politicians, because their rift isn't of a national interest but self-interest. The new FCC boss will go the way of his predecessors. Write it down, Mary. He is coming to do the bidding of his master and cut some cakes for himself. Mary, at this junction, Nigeria need a magician to restore the nation back. This administration is a renewal of affliction. Adegboyega Adedeji, you think we need a magician? No, we don't. We need God. A magician can handle this. Magicians, they are tricks. It's tricks. They are not real. It's God that we need. Another message from Bright from Shagamu says, good morning, Mary. I'm surprised on Rufai's take on pension. This is the same Rufai who was shouting that the president should not sign the police evil pension bill that was passed by the 9th Assembly, when he knows that if the president signed the bill, Nigerian police will smile. Mary, all other security agencies know out remaining only the Nigerian police force. With what is their crime? Okay, what is their crime, Nigerians? What is their crime? Okay, thank you, Bright, for your message. Bright from Shogule. I wish Rufai was here to answer this question, but he's not here. But thank you. I think he will respond because he listens after the show. Now, Imobe Frank from Alimosho says, good morning, Mary. My take this morning is still on the president. Too many appointments instead of cutting cost. A stepping up cost of governors with too many unnecessary appointments. He can't just give anyone appointment because we're not talking about appointment this morning. No. That was yesterday's discussion. Thank you. I will end there. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
yeah.
Is in the better calling back, please?
You have less than 20 seconds because we don't allow that.
I know. Madam Mary, I told you in this your platform that dollar is going to 1,005. And you doubt me. Before the same man, 1,005 will buy dollar. Because they are nothing on the ground.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nemega.
Anytime.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. People wonder how you were able to call in 2 times when some people have been calling since before 7 and they can't get through. Some people are just good with these calls. And the truth is, we don't save numbers, so we just speak randomly. But some people are so good, they know how to do this business. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning. This is Mr. NDBC from Europe.
Okay, Mr. NDBC, go ahead. Hello, your line is breaking. I can't hear you.
Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead now.
Yes. The analysis of your guest, Rufai Isini, as of yesterday and today, it's not much. So I don't see why somebody should blame the electorate when he saw the broad day robbery of the state on our mandate. We saw how people troop out in February 25th election of president that has never happened in the history of Nigeria. And all these things happen before his eyes as a reporter. How come he comes to begin to blame the electorate again that we are collecting money? We had a situation where a woman refused to collect 5,000 to cast his vote, either in Lagos or elsewhere, doing that in 5th February. So history student will put me right. So Rufai said is aware. And the woman PWB later visited her. So we came out in mass to cast our ballot. We actually made a statement. And that statement is what Babachir and Lawal is reverberating now, talking about it. That PWB actually won. We came out defiance of bribe or whatever to cast our ballot. We actually want a change in this country in the February 25th. And we did it in all our energy and energy. But I next what they did. People should call a spade a spade. Hit this by the head. I don't like all this spent money and I want to scoop it that the electorate are collecting money from politicians. That was not what happened in February 25th.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
If he didn't know,
thank you.
Reminding.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Faustin is an analyst, and you can also talk. He said his own. That's how he sees it, and then you said your own. So that's it. He doesn't have to see it the way you see it. So he can say that's his opinion. You have your own opinion, which is equally as powerful. So if you don't agree with him, then state your own facts, state your own, and yours is as powerful too. You have a voice. And thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, the call dropped. 0700 903 903 903. The time is almost. Okay, let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name and location?
Yes, UK.
Okay.
UK satellite. Yeah.
Okay, UK. Go ahead.
Corruption is too much in this country. From a common post office to the custom, they collaborate together, causing a lot of problems. Using fake receipts to dupe people. They use fake receipts of post office and the custom. They use fake custom paper to dupe people. I collected goods from abroad. They divide the goods into 2. I paid 35,000. The remaining one, they have put it, the chemical that is inside, they have reduced it, put for their cost. Shows me that between his boss. They say I should pay another 50.
When did this happen? When did it happen to you? When did this happen?
Sir, it happened in satellite here in post office. In post office here.
Okay.
Satellite here. When I carry my son go there, he said he should pay 62,000.
You know what you do, UK. We have a program called Area Matter, and they attend to issues like this.
Okay, I will bring that matter very soon.
Yeah, bring it at 10:30. 10:30. We'll discuss 10:30. You could call the program. Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. I need to go. Thank you very much. 10:30. You can call Area Matter. This is their thing. So call in, tell them what happened, investigate, to talk about it, make noise about it, and hopefully you get solutions to your problem. Let's see. We have a lot of messages here, but I haven't touched the one on YouTube. So let's go to YouTube and read the messages here. I'll start from the very beginning. Adetunde says, good morning, everyone. Thank you. And the music is here. Good morning to you. We have Dominic Lawrence says, in other parts of the world, retirees are well taken care of by the government and paid until they die. But here, if you retire, it's approximated to a quick death sentence. That's sad. Okay, Rufai is right. Thank you for your message. We have Frankie Moby said, good morning, Mary. There is nothing exciting about Nigerian leadership anymore. We are watching a long season movie. I'm sorry to say that Nigeria is in a secular mess. How to get out is a question mark. Okay, thank you. The Franklin Dixon said, Lawal should make public the data he has. INEC must work assiduously hard to earn the trust of Nigeria. Otherwise, we will continue in cycle of election failures. It is a big shame. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your messages. My time is up. I need to go now. Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. It's been very insightful. My name is Mary Olaife Edebi. I'll be here again tomorrow, Friday, for another edition of the program. Until then, continue to listen to the voice of the people, 90.3 FM. Coming up next is Ogendigbo.